Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, a game from 1999, and it's crazy to think that that was 23 years ago, and is still widely hailed as one of the greatest strategy games ever made. It's unbelievable. We are playing as a university. We've met Chairman Yang. So far, we're friendly. We'll see how long that lasts. Let's skip to the next turn. All right. Let's switch out a scout patrol over here. I do want a second former, but I'm actually wondering about just getting a recycling tank over here first. I think that's going to be a fine idea. And I kind of do want to keep an eye on things over here. I could also sit in this fungus to prevent weird spawns from happening. I actually might want 2 units here. We're right next to some fungus. I might want to keep 2 dudes parked in here, actually. You know what I'll do, actually? Is I'm going to take a long walk with this one and get it leveled up. And the other guy could get leveled up as well by visiting a monument. All right, I'm going to pop this.
Mineral resources.
Okay, mineral pod. So it leaves minerals on the map and insta-completes recycling tanks at experimental protocol, which is wonderful. Really pleased about that. Let's make sure you keep moving here. And I'm going to pop this.
Turn complete.
It's got xenofungus, so it's going to take us more than one turn to walk into that tile.
It is every citizen's final duty to go into the tanks and to become one with all the people. Chairman Shen Jiyang. Ethics for tomorrow.
I will say, I think that on a whole, Morgan has the best quotes. However, there is a reason that this particular quote tends to be the one that people mention the most. I love it. You build recycling tanks. You're like, yeah, recycling seems like a great idea. And it turns out you're recycling people. You know, you got to do what you got to do. You are going to grow very soon. We can get a colony pod. I think it does make sense to get one more former over here as well. You'll notice this little screen here, forces supported. Forces belong to a certain city, or they're supported by a certain city. And currently, because of our base support of 0, we can support 2 units per free per base. So the first 2 units you build in each city are free. After that, they start actually costing you minerals, and we'll lose some of our income. So this base here is supporting 1 scout patrol, and then is going to have the 1 former as well. If we take a look at our capital, we actually are spending some minerals because of the extra units over here. So it's spending 1 mineral per turn, just maintaining its units. So you do have to keep a sharp eye on that. We got ourselves another monolith over here. Okay. You finished the mine. Great. We're also going to go here and build a farm, because we are going to be working this tile. Well, once the city grows again, which is going to be next turn, it'll work this tile. It's going to get huge production. We may as well get extra food out of it too, because we're here. Yeah. I think we need a road here as well to get the maximum out of our mine. That may only be on rocky terrain. I don't remember. We'll farm first. We'll probably build a road after, just because we'll be there. We'll see. All right. I'm going to get you to... Well, I guess I kind of want to see what's off the coast. So let's bump that way. You get the vision immediately, even if you don't fully enter the tile.
Turn complete. Mod recovered.
Wow. We're getting a lot of these material pods. All right, so the alien artifact has arrived here. If we were building a wonder, we could use it to give some free production to the wonder, but we'll go ahead and get a free tech. It'll be a random tech.
Once a man has changed the relationship between himself and his environment, he cannot return to the bliss.
Notice we already have loyalty, which technically comes after this.
Motion of necessity
because we
involves a change in perspective. Commissioner Pravin Lal, A Social History of Planet.
So this gives us a new chassis. This gives us our speeder chassis, which have a movement of 2. And also gives us access to the command center, which is basically the barracks. Okay. Yeah, show me what you design. Yeah, you'll design a recon rover. It's got a speed of 2. They're equipping a laser on there. I mean, we can change all these. But it's sometimes you don't want to have it auto-design things because it does fill up your list pretty quickly. Although, if you do have it on auto-design, what you're going to want for sure... I don't think that's under automation. Is it advanced preferences? Oh, yeah. Auto prune obsolete units is very, very convenient. You want that on just generally all the time, otherwise your list gets too big. You can manually obsolete units, but it's very convenient. And you can turn off design units automatically, which is what's happening there. But this way, at least don't forget to use a tech. And I'll still be doing some manual designs, but most of the time it's going to do the right thing.
Turn complete.
Okay, let's move back over that way.
Production complete.
Former's done, so that's the second unit supported over here. And now you're about to grow as well. Oh, because we have not built anything using the rover chassis yet, the first time you build one, it does have a 50% extra cost for prototyping. But what we're going to do is we're going to start going on colony pods. Try to fill up more of this area. Now, we're currently working this tile, which I can't access because we don't have access to C-formers yet. So the question becomes, what am I going to use this former to improve? Well, let's take a look at this tile here. Right, this is flat and moist. So moist does mean it gets a few nutrients. With a farm, it'll go up to 2, which is fine, I suppose. But it's not going to be mineral or energy rich. It's quite bad. So what we're going to do on this tile is we're going to build a forest.
Complete.
And a forest works a little bit differently than the other tile improvements. Where am I going to put you? I could just keep you around to sort of keep an eye on things, but I think what I want to do is move you forward to where we might be putting some forward bases. I mean, I can't settle on the rock, but I'll move in that direction. So a forest, which is Shift F, the hotkey, works differently than the other improvements. What it does is it changes the tile's base production to 1-2-1. 1 food, 2 production, 1 energy. And that's regardless of what the base tile value is. You can't build forests on rocky tiles, on rocky terrain, but you can terraform terrain to level, which I think is what changes it from rocky to flat, or at least flatter. It might only do 1 stage from rocky to rolling, which might be ideal for various things. So the forests are good on tiles that won't benefit from a lot of other things. They do give you good production, not as much food, but early on you can't really grow your cities that big anyway. You might be limited by drones. You're also limited by not having access to hab complexes. There's literally a maximum city size of, is it 7? Until you get a certain building. So some growth is good, but you don't really need, you just want like 1 tile, maybe 2 tiles that have 2+ food so that the city will grow at a decent pace. But other than that, you mostly want a bunch of production. And mines aren't that powerful. Later on, you're really just going to want boreholes for that. But the forest is handy because it gives us some good early production, and forests also spread on their own. They also don't count as much for ecological damage. I'll go ahead and just plop a road on that tile, just because, I don't know, it might matter. Wait, terraforming complete. Is R not the hotkey for roads? It is. Oh, you have it. Did it build a road instantly? Did I already have a road on this tile? I don't know, but it's there now. And yeah, there you go. It had 3 minerals last time we looked. Now it's 4, so I think it did need the road for the full mining bonus. So that is handy.
Turn complete.
Another goodie hut.
Some vices miss what is right because they are deficient. Others because they are excessive in feelings or in actions. While virtue finds and chooses the mean. Aristotle. Nicomachean Ethics. Data links.
All right. So ethical calculus gives us 2 big things. First of all, it gives us a new building called a children's creche, which makes the base where this is built have a +2 to its growth rating. Growth rating is one of those things we can do through social engineering. So this gives it +2 to growth rating, regardless of what else is going on, and +1 to efficiency. Reduces base vulnerability to enemy mind control. This is something the probes do, the spies do, which is really nice. And yeah, our units. For social engineering morale setting for a fraction are at 0 or less, they will be treated as +1 for all units. So this gives you a baseline morale boost. Make sure you have a certain minimum morale when it comes to defending cities, because you're defending your baby, so it kind of makes sense. And then here it's explaining some rules with major population surge, pop boom thing that can happen at a value of 6 growth, which is really nice. But anyway, oh wait, reached. If there's no children's creche, there will be a citizens' protest. Anyway. We'll be building these things. They're really quite nice to get the extra growth, because positive growth rating gives you an increased growth rate. And yeah, pop boom over here, which is at +6, means your city will grow by 1 every turn. As long as it's got enough food, As long as it's got, I think, at least +1 net food, it will grow every single turn. And pop booming is something that we're going to want to do intentionally later on, if at all possible. Anyway, we've also unlocked democratic as a new social engineering choice, and we'll take a look at that on the social engineering screen, which this will load it up for us over here. So instead of police state or frontier, we can run democratic. So democratic gives us bonus efficiency, which is nice when you've got a lot of cities. It also gives us bonus to growth, which is wonderful, but -2 support. So now it's on our bases will only be able to support 1 unit for free per base instead of 2. And right now, when we build a base, the new base starts with some free minerals, which means we get our first defensive unit quite quickly. By having negative support here, we're no longer going to get free minerals for the base. I don't know that we want to run democratic. We are going to keep going discover. We're still hoping for secrets of the human mind. I'm just a little worried about taking our mineral production early on by having negative support. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. All right, university base now. There you go. Look at this. 4 minerals, 1 food in there. Really handy dandy. Oops. As we build more colony pods over here, the population will stay relatively small, but I feel like I kind of want to improve 1 extra tile. And in particular, I think it would be nice to maybe build an extra farm. Okay, this unit here just came here for the upgrade. You can see it's from Experimental Protocol. That's what is supporting this unit, but it can be anywhere. I'm going to go and stick it inside University Base so that if there is a xenofungus, like a mindworm that shows up, it's not just going to instantly... it's not going to blow up the city. It will cost us a population and maybe buildings. We got mindworm attack here. And we got recycling tanks over here as well. Great stuff. We're going to go, I mean, we will want the Creche, but we're going to go with the colony pod first. So this tile here is rolling and moist, which isn't bad. It could become a 2-2, yeah, a 2-2-0 tile, basically, farm and a mine. But I think this might just get forested for now. And later on, we can, like, borehole this. Yeah, I'm just going to start a forest there. They're quite... you get a few early forests. They spread on their own. Like, there's not a really good reason not to do it.
Indigenous life
Festive life forms. Although, this thing's not so bad because it's just going to bombard us for a little bit of damage. Now, if I want to attack... Okay, the odds are in my favor. Certainly not auto-win, though. Oh, there we go. Excellent. And we got a level up, which is nice.
Complete.
And you get money whenever you blow up little aliens. So we got some extra credits here. There you go. We got a forest now. I was going to say. Again, the governor will auto... Oh, yeah, because of this. The governor will, with that setting on, will change what tiles are being worked at the start of every turn. But I wanted to make sure it happened right away. You can see, yeah, 1-2-1. It's just fixed with the forest. Now, later on, we can build a tree farm improvement in our city, which makes all forests get +1 nutrients, so it becomes a 2-2-1. And then later on, you get hybrid forest that gives an extra nutrient, I think, for a 3-2-1, which is really good. And ideally, if we can do some drill to aquifer, that's also going to be exceptionally nice. This is a great, this tile here, for example, is a great spot for a forest. Flat and arid gives us 0 as a base. And even with improvements, it's a crap tile. So that's a natural contender for a forest. I may as well go there and get a forest. I'm going to go into Yang's territory, admittedly, but I'm going to use that monolith there for the free repair. And that is not limited. That's every time you go to a monolith or end your turn on a monolith, you get a free repair. But yeah, I'll stay out of Yang's territory.
Complete.
Just to... Oh, he's going to come and... Yeah, I'll withdraw my force immediately.
Production.
I couldn't move out because of the fungus, which I realized, but did it anyway. All right, colony pod, which shrank the city. Let's get you... I would like to get some of these wonders. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Creche going, just to help the growth rate a little bit, and then we'll probably still colony pod. It's like, I want some wonders, but I really want to make sure we grab as much of this territory as possible. I think I'm going to put a city right here. I think you were moving in this direction. And then... Just stay here for now. It's going to be okay. And you build a forest over here, please. So by doing this, we have no overlap with experimental protocol. And remember, I can't settle on the Rocky. So this seems like a great spot and should push out our borders some. All right, forest is in place. So that's 3 good tiles for University Base. It's really not going to need more for a bit. We could, but I don't... We are going to want to make sure to improve in this area quickly with the new thing. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a road from University Base to Experimental Protocol so we can move within our territory a little faster. Control R is the Route to command, which is really nice, so he'll build a road all the way there. Could have done it manually as well, step by step, but this is okay. Colony pod here. You still are at pop 2. You grow quite quickly because of the 3 food there. I'm just going to go right into another colony pod. Colony pods do cost maintenance, but obviously we consume them pretty quickly, so it's not a big deal. Let me actually make a little change here, because this colony pod will get here faster. I still want to do a fair amount of forward settling. I think I'll drop a colony here. No overlap, and theoretically would be able to work the mine. It'll be overlap with Yang City, but we'll deal with that after.
Turn complete.
Let me grab one of these bad boys and get you in position.
Turn complete.
Sort of vaguely over there. Gaian's got the secret of human brain first, so they got the free tech. Womp womp.
Terraform complete.
Okay. Let's move you over here somewhere to be ready to improve some terrain for our new city.
Turn complete.
I guess we are going to settle here. Ooh, that would be settling into Yang's territory, which would make him cranky, but we're going to push the borders back a little by doing this. A little monitoring station. And yeah, I'll get the extra scout patrol, and then let's go immediately into recycling tanks.
Turn complete. Production complete.
And then keep 2 units over here. Yeah, it didn't push the border out over here, which is unfortunate. If I did settle here, there would be 2 tiles of overlap with experimental protocol. I'm not sure that's the end of the world. I think I'm going to go ahead and accept it. We'll colonize there.
Turn complete.
Oh, shit. Hopefully we get there before he... Oh, he's seething. He's pissed. I don't want to fight you. Your strength is wanting. You don't have any troops right now, but I also don't want an early war. Listen, would you throw me 25 bucks? Okay. I mean, that's a good deal for him. We do still have the friendship, but I didn't want it to break right now.
If our society seems more nihilistic than that of previous eras, perhaps this is simply a sign of our maturity as a sentient species. As our collective consciousness expands beyond a crucial point, we are at last ready to accept life's fundamental truth, that life's only purpose is life itself. Chairman Shen Jiyang, looking God in the eye.
So, hologram theaters are quite cool. Reduce number of drones by 2. Remember, we have extra drones here as the university. Increase the psych output, which is another way to get extra talents and happy faces and things like that. But this is also paired with a wonder called the virtual world, which is anywhere you've got a network node, which is all of our cities, we get a hologram theater for free. This is a really nice one for us if we can get. This also unlocks the probe teams, unlocks librarian specialization for our civilians, and gives us a new government policy called Planned. Okay, these are our probe teams. So these things are interesting. They get the speeder chassis for free, even if you don't have it unlocked. And these are our spies, and we're going to do some things with them for sure. Now, Planned, I think, is definitely worth running for now. Planned is going to give us a growth boost, so we grow faster. A little bit of an industry perk, so things cost a little bit less. It reduces our efficiency, but I think that's going to be fine right now. I think I like that. I do want to go democratic, but I really don't want the support hit right now. Am I being wrong this way? We get a lot of growth. With a children's creche, we'd actually get a pop boom. Let's just go Planned for now. And we'll figure out the rest afterwards. I'm tempted to just start spamming some wonders. Let's get the child's creche first. For the free growth. Are you going to settle there? Well, hopefully. Yeah, I think Yang's about to pop down a city here. which is going to push his borders. But I can't settle here. Maybe he won't immediately. As for you, I have to remove some fungus over here to really have something. I'm wondering about just settling like far over here. We'll have the monolith. Maybe inland a tiny scooch.
Turn
something
complete.
like that. You're not being escorted though, which seems poor.
Turn complete.
Proper
Damn it,
care
Yang.
and education for our children remains a cornerstone of our entire colonization effort. Children not only shape our future, they determine in many ways our present. Men and women work harder knowing their children are safe and close at hand. And never forget that, with children present, parents will defend their home to the death. Colonel Corazon Santiago, Planet, a survivalist's guide.
I'll push these borders back so those boreholes are within my borders. If we settle here, that should do it and give us a bit of a help. Okay, I can't build road or forest, sorry, on rocky terrain. I don't think.
Invalid terraform command.
So I'll just
Turn
move to that
complete.
tile and do that. Yeah, rolling and moist. So it'd be, it's 1-1 right now. It could become a 2-2. We'll just forest it, and that'll be okay.
Terraform
Although we do want a slightly food richer tile for monitoring the station, so it can grow, which actually is a good point. How's this? Is this also... Oh, that's flat and moist. Hold on. Change of plans. I think I will farm and mine this tile here.
Turn complete.
So it's got, yeah. Control-Shift-M will do the farm, mine, road.
Turn
So we'll
complete.
just do that here, starting with the farm, in this case, because we do want it to get the extra growth boost.
Turn complete.
So, okay, I have to settle here. That's going to change... Oh, what do you want? Seething. Oh, yeah, let's withdraw troops. I forgot I had these guys, which count inside your border. But we're going to drop Curiosity Base here. Scout Patrol with Overkill. So that's okay. Tanks Creche. And yeah, that's working this. Yeah, we're going to have to make a slight change. I mean, it could still settle here. Obviously, there'd be 2 tiles of overlap with Curiosity. It's not the end of the world. But I could just drop a... Is that Xenofungus? No, that's fine. If I dropped here, that actually seems okay. And we still want to backfill over here. But we can take a slight beat with our colonization.
Turn complete. Production complete. Turn complete. Terraform complete.
Okay, that was the route to here. You're working the monolith, so we don't really need to rush the improvement. I think I'm going to road to monitoring station.
Turn complete.
We are going to want to be able to maybe reinforce the front line. Yang continues to be kind of cranky. Yeah, we'll settle here. I think we're going to need an extra former or 2. And you just sit tight.
Turn complete.
We're gonna need to go aquatic pretty soon.
Production complete.
Yeah,
Turn
sit tight over here. It's
complete.
gonna be okay.
Production complete.
Okay, so we started the Human Genome Project. We can start in more than one city. But if you get beaten to a wonder, even by yourself, you can transfer over to something else. +1 talent to every base is nice. It's also fairly cheap. I would also very much like the virtual world. I mean, I'd like a few of these wonders.
Man's unfailing capacity to believe what he prefers to be true, rather
Another wonder?
than what the evidence shows to be likely and possible, has always astounded me. We long for a caring universe which will
Turn
save us from
complete.
our childish
Turn
mistakes.
complete.
And in the face of mountains of evidence to the contrary, we will pin all our hopes on the slimmest of doubts. God has not been proven not to exist. Therefore, he must exist. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, for I have tasted the fruit.
All right, so we've unlocked the police ability for our units based on our social policies here with police. So we can currently have one military unit act as police. Police counters drones, so we'd have one less drone in a city that has a defense. If it has the police ability, then I think it would count. It would count as 2 police units. But still within this, I think we can have one military unit act as police, and I think it would still count as 2 for us, which is kind of handy, and later on you get more rating over there. We might make use of some of that. Depends. If we get these wonders, we really won't need that.
Production complete.
And yeah, I did a little bit of rushing. So rushing costs you, for buildings, it's 2 credits per minerals remaining. However, I think you need to have at least 10 minerals into the job first, otherwise the cost goes up like crazy. Units are tiny, microscopically bit more expensive to rush, and wonders are twice as expensive to rush. It's 4 energy per mineral. Now this is a frontline place. The perimeter defense is kind of tempting. What I think we're going to do is I think we will go and we could probe team, actually. But I was wondering about getting one of our rovers done with the prototyping, because the movement 2 is really good if there is going to be any warfare. So I'm going to do that. So the first one you build is 50% more expensive, although it does come out higher level.
Turn complete. Turn complete.
There we go. We got the farm, the mine. I think it's going to be doing a road next.
Turn
yeah,
complete.
There you go. And each box is minerals, so so normally there's 10 minerals per row, but because we have industry rating, and we're 90% faster, it actually like kind of just cuts off 1, so it's 9 per row. So as long as like 1 row plus 1 is in there, we're getting the good price on these.
Confirmation.
I don't know how deeply we might want to save some money for trade or maybe rushing defensive units if something were to come up. I know rushing the recycling tanks is pretty nice though, because it does give us so much of an extra production boost in these new cities.
Production complete. Production complete.
There you go. Recon rover prototype. I'm not the first person to prototype something, but that's okay. It is a peak for support, but it does have good minerals. I'm going to get this one to build me one more former here. I would like to put this guy on auto explorer or just explore around, but I mean, we've got borders. He's going to get cranky from us going in there. There we go. Rolling Moist Farm Mine Road, which is currently being worked. How come it's only 1 food? It's moist, which should be 1 food. Shouldn't the farm add 1 more on top of that? Does the mine reduce the food output of a tile? It might. Not terraforming tour. Hang on, if I just do this. Terraforming, there it is. Yeah, it does reduce the nutrient output of a square by 1, but never below 1. So the farm didn't actually make a difference at all on that tile. So I actually didn't want to mine. I was trying to build a tile that has 2 food, and that's not what I got. In fact, what I've got here is a tile that's strictly worse than a forest. A forest would be 1-2-1. This is just a 1-2. Crap. If I remove the mine, I don't know if you can I just remove? I can destroy enhancement. I wonder if you get a list. Because I want to destroy the mine. Yeah. Well, we wasted some time, but now at least we have a tile that's generating 2 food, 1 mineral. There we go. I didn't realize that with the mine reducing nutrients. Okay, Lol has started working on the merchant exchange. That's fine. We don't care about that. What do you want? You're still seething. I have the same prototype. Listen, I can give you 20. All right, I'm gonna I'm going to give you this. But we're very, very quickly going to stop doing that. I'm going to poke in here just to level up. And then he might ask me to move, but that's okay. All right, you got your formers. Oops, I actually want to come see here. I'm going to build a perimeter defense in the city. We're also going to want to make sure to get a sensor tower. Okay, this area... Like, I built a former here because I did want another one, but there's too many in this area. And pull you back. Oh, that's not appealing.
Terraform complete. Perhaps a careful review.
Yeah, so roads eat 1/3 of your movement. You do get a penalty to attack if you don't have at least one full movement. Ours are still in our favor. I'm going to go ahead with it. It'd be nice to have more in our favor, but okay, we got lucky. I mean, lucky-ish. Okay, that's done. Let's get you over here as quickly as possible, please. And over here, flat and moist, we're just going to make it into a forest for sure. I'm going to pull this unit out and leave it in a monitoring station. Hey, see? Free forest expansion. Ooh, okay, we're going to get extra native
things that
shenanigans.
delight them, but not such things as your law has to tell. St. Augustine, Confessions, Data Links.
So, Planetary Data Links is a wonder. Gives you any technology discovered by at least 3 factions. It is pretty good. I don't think we're going to be worried about that, because theoretically we're going to have a tech edge, and we're not going to need that for a catch-up. It's great if you're playing as, like, Miriam or something like that. For knowledge, it's a new... Actually, we'll just show it on the social engineering screen. So, new policy over here. Does make you even more vulnerable to probes. I'm hoping that we're not going to be facing probes immediately. I'm going to run knowledge for now, get +4 research, so 40% research speed. And it does give us a slight bit more efficiency to offset the planned. I don't want murderous inefficiency, although more military units support is going to be really nice if we are going to fight a war. Democratic, on the other hand, gives you no free unit, or 1 free unit per base, so our base production starts to slow down a bunch. On the other hand, by running Democratic, anywhere with a children's creche, we would have a total of 6 growth, which would mean we would grow by 1 every turn. Maybe we'll run this for a bit. Pop boom. Well, no, we're still... We don't have that many improved tiles. We're mostly limited by drones until our wonders kick in. I don't know, we'll do this. It's cheaper upheaval anyway.
Production complete.
Okay, children's creche, good. I suppose I could build this and get the perimeter defense everywhere instead of building this one. Maybe I'll do the command nexus, actually. If we can get a command center everywhere, I'll feel fairly safe. Although you could support more units too.
Project.
You know what? I'm going to be greedy and do this. I don't think we're running negative. No, we've got an income of 6. It's just letting us know that it's getting a little low, but that's because we just spent it, so that's okay. You're going to chill in the city again.
Complete.
Terraforming complete. Yeah, I guess I roaded 2 here. But we don't need to do that. I should have just roaded to here and saved a little bit of movement, but that's going to have to be fine. Was I already moving someone here? I think I was. Wasn't I? No, I guess not. Alright, I'm going to put you back in the city.
Turn complete.
Yay, forced expansion. And yeah, just chill
Turn
here.
Complete.
Kinds of altered rainfall patterns. Alright, good for them.
Turn production complete.
Hey, we got the Human Genome Project. Now, fingers crossed that the video doesn't bork this recording.
To map the very stuff of life, to look into the genetic mirror and watch a million generations march past. That, friends, is both our curse and our proudest achievement. For it is in reaching to our beginnings that we begin to learn who we truly are. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, address to the faculty.
Alrighty. So 1 extra talent every base. A talent, there's a couple of things. I think if you have more talents, if like 50% of your base, 50% or more of your base is a talent, I think you can get a golden age out of it. But mostly what it does, not labs, I want you to click on talent. Oh, that's weird. But mostly what it does is, normally if you have drones at a base, you get drone riots, but every talent you have offsets a drone by 1, so it prevents drone riots. We got the first secret project, and it's going to be good because we are going to generate extra drones. There's a talent over there. Now, what are we going to do here? Well, your sport. Okay, I think I am going to get an extra colony pod. We're going to fill in the back here now. You're definitely in a forest here. Flat aired, generate 0 by default. So forest to set it to a 1-2-1 is really good. And what I'm going to do in this forest here is I'm going to build a sensor tower. So a sensor tower can't coexist with some improvements, but they can coexist with forests. A sensor tower gives you vision 2 squares out, although I think only 1 square into the fungus, but it will still reveal if there's a mind worm there. And also gives units within 2 tiles. Again, I mean, there's the terraforming tour. Can you not just go to the terraforming hub from here? It's so weird. Sensor array. So, within 2 squares, friendly units get a 25% bonus to their defense, which is really kind of nice, actually. Ownership of a sensor array determined by the borders. So yeah, if the borders change, but they shouldn't here. So I'm going to build a sensor array, which is hotkey 0, or sorry, O,
complete.
not 0.
Production.
Get a little vision, but also defensive boost in this area. University base built a colony pod. I think we might want 1 more, but not right away. Let's get a probe team, because we want to infiltrate them at least 1 time for some vision. I don't think we need to steal tech from them. Yeah, we can definitely put 2 cities here. Oh, right, I'm going to need to remove some fungus over here to do that. I think I talked about, like, settling on the coast here, so I think we'll do this. I should probably escort you.
Turn complete.
Children's Creche. Okay. If you don't have anything to do, you can always stockpile energy, but I'm really trying to avoid doing that. Do I want another rover? I don't know. Started to wonder here, too. You know what? I might just start working on the weather paradigm here. Forest. Alright, we've got enough improvements over by experimental protocol. Let's go and improve the area by Otkeretia Discovery. I don't know, Discovery.
Enemy project initiated.
Okay, Yang is starting to command Nexus, but we already started it. I really don't want him to get it. That would be annoying. There you go. You can see we got vision all the way out here now, which is kind of nice. And really, we're going to want to build sensor towers, you know, every... Well, I mean, theoretically, you could do it every 4 tiles, but it might be a little bit more than that with overlap. Like, I think I might want to go over here and build a sensor tower over there. Forest expansion.
Turn complete. Production complete.
Probe team good. I think am I working on every wonder except for the data link right now? I can get started in a rec comment. We don't need it right now, but we will. I just don't want to build units I don't need right now, and will just cost us maintenance. Oh, sorry, it's up to
He held his arm too stiffly, and so was thrown back repeatedly.
Okay.
Until at last I seized his forearm and snapped it back against itself. His training suffered while the arm healed, of course, but I felt this was a lesson he must learn early. And well. Spartan Kell, honing the key.
All right, so Doctrine Flexibility is what gives us C access, which I think is going to be good. Theoretically, I mean, I think a war with Yang is inevitable because he's being kind of cranky. But theoretically, if we did have a peace with him, I mean, we've got the friendship now, but I don't think it's going to last, and I don't want to keep giving him stuff. But if we did, we could instead expand out to the sea now, either by visiting another continent or literally we can just build cities in the water now, thanks to the pressure dome. If we colonize in the sea, then that city will automatically start with a pressure dome, which counts as a recycling tank. We can also just build pressure domes instead of recycling tanks, which pressure domes are more expensive, but the upshot is that later on when the sea levels rise, and they almost certainly will, all of our coastal cities will drown if they don't have a pressure dome, but we don't have to worry about rushing it. I am going to change my, oh yeah, show me the new units. Transport foil, very exciting. Laser skim ship, Sea formers, good. Sea colony pod, excellent.
Having now established a secure perimeter, we have made ourselves relatively safe from enemy incursions. But against the seemingly random attacks by planet's native life, only our array of warning sensors can help us. But the mind worms infiltrate through every crevice and chew through anything softer than plasma steel. Lady Deidre Sky, the early years.
Let's build a laser skim ship for some scooting over here. It will be a second supported unit over here, but that's going to have to be okay. We'll scoot with the laser skim ship, and then we'll get some sea formers and some sea colony pods probably going on. This farm here, definitely going to be able to forest on flat and arid terrain. All right, let's go send a probe team over there. And yeah, we'll settle here. Copernic's Observatory. We'll get the extra scout patrol, and then recycling tank, children's creche. So you can see it's double the cost for the pressure dome. We are going to want to probably upgrade these coastal cities to pressure domes later on, but for now, I'm going to save some turns by going recycling tank.
Turn
okay,
complete.
Yeah, you've already been promoted. I just want to check.
Production complete.
And okay, you've arrived here. You're going to build a sensor tower here. What do we got going on here? Just a scout patrol. All right. Forest done. Actually, while I'm here, I'll build the sensor array on it. You are green, so you are going to upgrade.
Turn
Send you
complete.
back over this way. Hold position.
Turn complete.
Alrighty. Oh, I do need to get a troop back. You know what? Well, hold on. That's
complete.
more units. Okay, I still feel like I have to get a sea former. Oh, I'd meant to change. Oh, they captured my probe team. We're gonna change to Conquer. They spotted me. They must have had one here because the probe teams I think are normally invisible unless you're adjacent. But yeah, I guess they got adjacent. All right, let's see what we can see here.
Complete.
Oh, did it just send us back? I didn't quite catch the message. Let's try to see if we can infiltrate the Hive, which is their capital instead. This is the observatory one. This is the one from Disciplined Experimental. Wait, sorry, from Experimental Protocol. Oh, it was built over here. Okay, let me send you over here. We might rehome some of these things.
Turn complete.
The entire character of a base and its inhabitants can be absorbed in a quick trip to the Rack Commons. The sweaty arenas of Fort Legion, the glittering gambling halls of Morgan Bank, the sunny lovers' trysts in Gaia's High Garden, or the somber reading rooms of UN headquarters. Even the feeding bay at the Hive gives stark insight into the sleeping demons of Yang's communal utopia.
Turn complete.
Commissioner Pravin Lal, A Social History of Planet.
Okay, sea former, good. Oh, let's get you a children's creche. So, with the sea formers, we can do terraforming that's similar to what we can do on land. Kelp farm is a farm. It adds nutrients. It also spreads on its own like forest. So we're definitely going to build that first. And then we get to choose either effectively a mine or solar panels here, which I think we will be going heavily on the tidal hardnesses for energy, but we shall see as things progress. Let me send you way over here to remove some fungus.
Turn complete.
Are you complaining about my unit? Your might is wanting, mine is unsurpassed. I'm gonna, you know what? Okay, hold on. I'll give you, I can afford 20? Okay. I'll give you money right now one more time. Would like a military tech first. I'm gonna enter his territory over here just to see what's up. This is rocky and moist. I don't think I can build a farm on rocky. I could mine it, but I don't think there's much value in doing that right now. Although curiosity's grown fast. See, it's got a drone here, but again, offset by this talent, which is good. If we look at the psych screen, you can see currently unmodified, it would be 2 unhappy faces. We have 1 police unit, so it eliminates drone. And then we have a secret project giving us a happy face over here, the Human Genome Project. So that's keeping us okay. But if curiosity grows again, luckily it's not going to grow for 27 turns. If it grew again, I think it would get another drone at that point that would put us over the edge.
Turn complete.
There's more land over
Enemy
here.
project initiated.
Merch exchange is 1 energy in every tile in the city that
And
built
I
it.
stood before him, and I sang unto her.
This is a tech from an
And
expansion.
it appeared to listen. His very countenance rippled like the sea, and the sound of my own voice came back to me, distorted. For a moment, I thought she was mocking me, or it was non-sapient and mimicking me. Then I understood. The sounds were not important. It was how I affected his sounds and how she affected mine that transmitted the message. Prime function. Aki Zeta 5, 1 future.
I'm going to move you up here. I'm going to keep probe teams defensive for now. There's a couple of reasons I want to do that. 1, we're vulnerable to probe, so if he builds probe teams, he could steal our tech very easily, and we can defend with the probe team. But also, if he does start a war, we might be able to mind control a unit on the front. I don't know how expensive they are, but it might be possible. I hate that we don't have proper defensive units. And you're already maintaining a lot of stuff. And the children's creche is a defensive building in a way.
Request confirmation.
You know what? I'm going to hurry that, make sure it's available right away. And let's farm forest there. I'm going to say that a lot.
Turn
Farm
complete.
instead of forest.
Enemy project initiated.
Hey, lol. How's it going? Cooperative? Good. Obsessed. So Morgan has industrial automation. Be nice. He can give me a comm link for 75. I will spend that because the more people we communicate with, the more tech exchange we can do. For example, here. Yeah, give me a C2 tech. Well, although industrial base is important for some things. Polymorph software. I don't remember. Here, I'm going to give you a lower tier tech.
Resources exist
There you
to
go.
be consumed.
Synth metal armor.
And
Yep.
consumed they will be. If not by this generation, then by some future.
And the merchant
By
exchange
what
wonder.
right does this forgotten future seek to deny us our birthright? None, I say. Let us take what is ours, chew and eat our fill. CEO Nwabude K. Morgan, The Ethics of Greed.
Yep, we'll trade some more tech.
Technological advance is an inherently iterative process. One does not simply take sand from the beach and
Oh, increases
produce
morale,
a
probe
better
team
road.
base morale.
We use crude tools to fashion better tools, and then our better tools to fashion more precise tools, and so on. Each minor refinement is a step in the process, and all of the steps must be taken. Chairman
Tell you what, I'll give you a
Shenji,
tier 2 for a tier 2.
looking God.
Our first challenge is to create an entire economic infrastructure from top to bottom out of whole cloth. No gradual evolution from previous economic systems is possible because there is no previous economic system. Each interdependent piece must be materialized simultaneously and in perfect working order. Otherwise, the system will crash out before it ever gets off the ground. CEO Nwabude K. Morgan. The
This is
Centauri
interesting
monopoly.
text. Produces the same amount of energy as 50% of the energy at base less that lost to inefficiency equals 20. Wonder if this is one of the fan patches that doesn't have the dialogue. Maybe it's trying to explain something a little bit more clearly, but with bad English. I don't know. It also unlocks a new social engineering policy for us, which could be very interesting. So we could switch away from planned, which would cost us the growth in the industry. It would also give us -5 police. So this gives us a bunch of extra drones for each military unit away from a territory. That's very painful for dronage, although we have decent counter to it, and we don't really have units outside of our territory. It also hurts our planet rating a bunch. But the upshot is it gives us +2 economy. And what's amazing, so at +1 economy, we get 1 extra energy at every base. At +2 economy, we get +1 energy in every square. I think we want to run this for a little while. I think it's going to be important to just do this for a few ticks. We'll get a ton of energy, which we're going to have with a huge research boost. But we won't be able to run this for that long because that's going to start to hurt. But let's see. If I run this...
Insufficient energy.
Oh, I don't have enough money. Never mind then. Tell you what, I will take your world map for tier 1 tech. Yeah, and then he's going to get to the point where he asks for tech because he doesn't have anything to offer. But he's magnanimous right now, so he's not going to start a war with me if I say no. Yes, we'll sign friendship. That sounds lovely. We're finished here.
Production complete.
See formers. Okay. Let's start the aqua farm because we're going to work sea tiles once we get... I mean, its population's not that big right now, but once we get the nutrients in here, the aqua farm will be quite nice. No, let's start... We need to get the prototype. So we have never built anything with synth metal, so we need to get that going on. And then once that's done, we can actually upgrade things, assuming we've got money.
Terraform complete.
So sometimes it doesn't actually... I've noticed that sometimes... Yeah, see? Look at that. See, I clicked on Energy Bank here, but it's doing Pressure Dome. Something with the fact that, you know, oh my god, we're 50 minutes into this. I gotta put a cut in here. Something with, like, probably resolutions and whatever sometimes means that the clicks don't go where you think they're gonna go. So you gotta be a little careful with that. It might be something specific with my setup. I don't know. I mean, Rec Commons will let us run wealth even longer because we won't care about the drones. I mean, I suppose I'll put it in because we're going to want it regardless. In any case, I got to put a cut in here. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.